Hey everybody, davidskarica at my friend's restaurant here. This is called the Front Porch. Gonna pour myself some sparkling wine. There you go. No, I don't drink. This is like $20. I do not. If I drank Dom Perignon, I would be bankrupt because I drink a lot of champagne, so or a lot of sparkling wine. It's my favorite thing. So I've always told people, somebody sent me $1,000 or $500 worth of champagne, I would take that instead of a lifetime subscription any day. So anyhow, it's a beautiful day here, nice and breezy. It was actually pretty crappy this morning, and yesterday it rained a lot. But it seems that every year about the middle of December we get this big kind of first cold front of the year, or first real cold front. We get them in October, November, but anyhow, and that's it. So what am I going to talk about today? I'm not going to be too quick, or long. I'm not going to be too long, like I said. We talked about the TLT. So the other day. So I guess I'll talk about, and I talked about the Canadian dollar. It's just that we're kind of in this holding pattern in the markets right now. So going forward here. So let's talk about let's talk about something that's not that sexy, but let's talk about natural gas. So natural gas is really interesting because it's kind of looks like it might be coming out of its base. Of course, natural gas has done nothing for years. It spiked during the Russian invasion of Kuwait, thinking about Iraq, of Ukraine, and but it looks like it's kind of creeping up. Obviously, if we get some kind of bad winter or cold winter, that can also make natural gas's prices go up. So I like this long-term basing, and I always think that natural gas is a trade. It's not a long-term hold. It's not like gold and silver is a long-term hold, right? Natural gas is you got to buy, when it's under $2. It is under $3. Under $3 is still okay. And then when those spikes happen to whatever, 6, 7, sometimes it does spike into the double digits, you got to sell it. Because especially with all the fracking that's gone on in the U.S. in the recent years, natural gas is pretty abundant, pretty easy to find. And if Trump does drill, baby, drill, there could be even more of it. And then this Russia-Ukraine war ends, and there's even, and some of the sanctions get loosened, there could be even more supply. But right now we're kind of in the seasonal trade. We're entering the winter, so probably natural gas is worth a buy here. I own a couple natural gas companies or pipeline type companies, and of course, the higher natural gas prices are, they charge percent, so the more the money that they'll make on it as well, like in the pipeline, providing energy, et cetera, et cetera. So it'll be interesting to see if natural gas actually kind of moves, because we've seen stuff like coffee and cocoa and these kind of commodities move, not just gold, silver, and these other things. So maybe natural gas will finally move here. And I actually do have an interesting little energy play that's beaten up. I don't have it on my list yet, and that's but I will put it on. And also what's interesting too is I have a 3D printing play that went up huge the other day. They're selling off some assets. You can probably figure out what the stock is, but again, that's for paying subscribers, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to leave it at that. Natural gas stock chart of the day. And I'll just tell you a little bit about this area. This is called Hatchet Bay. So first of all, it's called the Front Porch, the restaurant. I really like it. It's just kind of a mom and pop restaurant. This guy, my friend Francis, and his wife run this place. And so this Hatchet Bay was the most protected bay or harbor, whatever you want to call it, in the world. That little slit there is the only way you can get in and out of the harbor. So a lot of people park their boats here. If you can see that kind of boat behind the tree, those are stone crab boats. So if you go to Joe's Stone Crab in Florida, it probably came from here. And then so a lot of people park their sailboats and boats in this harbor when things are a little rough on the seas, et cetera, et cetera. So and this used to be a really affluent town. They used to have their own farm. They used to have chickens and cows and make their own ice cream and milk. I talked about the story when I walked, and then it kind of got all run down by the government. So little history lesson there. This is my opinion, the best restaurant in Eleuthera, because everything is homemade, made from scratch, etc. And you can see it's a cool little vibe here too. Not like it's mostly expats and tourists that go here, but it doesn't feel like super touristy or anything. So everybody take care. Bye.